Good day, viewers. Before we start our discussion for today, I would like to introduce myself. I am Chini Solis from BSED English. So before I formally begin, let me show to you a short video clip for you to have an idea about the topic we'll discuss today.
Have you ever wondered if children have rights? Every person on the planet has rights, and so does every child. Child rights mean that we have the right of everything that helps us be healthy and happy. Nutrition and good health, good schooling, freedom of expression, and protection from anything that may be harmful. Every child has a right to good health care and nutrition. It does not matter if one is a boy or a girl.
I assume you already had an idea about what will be the topic we'll discuss today, right? If so, your idea is correct because we're gonna tackle children's right under the Presidential Decree number 603. Unit 2, Bases and Policies of Special and Inclusive Education. A. Review of the basis under 4.4 Legal. Since we're talking about legal here, so expectedly, we're gonna go through laws and principles. Presidential Decree is implemented by Ferdinand Marcos on the day of 20th in December 1974. Presidential Decree is also known as the Child and the Youth Welfare Code. Now, let's move on to the objectives of today's discussion. At the end of this lesson, viewers are expectedly first to understand the content and the purpose of PD number 603. Second, to analyze and learn the articles under PD number 623. Third, to know the importance of children's rights under PD number 623. And lastly, to execute the laws and principles under PD number 603. So these are the questions that cover the discussion. What is the content of PD number 623? What is the purpose of PD number 623? And who is the youth offender under PD number 623? And how should every child be treated according to PD number 603? So what is the content of PD number 603? Presidential Decree number 603, otherwise known as the Child and Youth Welfare Code, and issued in December 1974, legally defines special categories of youths including youthful offenders and directs the Ministry of Social Services and Development or MSSD to provide comprehensive services to assist in youth development. Even before this decree, the MSSD had implemented an integrated human resource development program for youth, or RDPY, encompassing these program areas: economic self-sufficiency, community responsibility, and youth with special needs. Basically, the target of this decree are children and the youth. So, what is the purpose of PD number 603? The Council for the Welfare of Children, or CWC, was created through Presidential Decree number 603, otherwise known as the Child and Youth Welfare Code, in 1974. It was mandated to coordinate the implementation and enforcement of all laws, formulate, monitor, and evaluate policies, programs, and measures for children. The formulated laws and policies will be used to protect children on its rights and welfare. Who is a youth offender under PD number 603? The code shall be known as a Child and Youth Welfare Code. It shall apply to persons below 21 years of age, except those emancipated in accordance with law. Child or minor or youth as used in this code shall refer to such person. The code is for children ages 21 below, except those independent children who are given freedom to make legal decisions from their parents. Emancipated minor refers to independent teenagers. How should every child be treated according to Presidential Decree number 603? Article number 2. Every child has the right to a wholesome family life that will provide him with love, care, and understanding, guidance, and counseling, and moral and material security. The dependent or abandoned child should be provided with the nearest substitute for a home. Presidential Decree number 603 will provide those children who are less fortunate a protection and good welfare. For the rights of the children, we must know the implemented laws and policies under PD number 603. Now, let's move on to the general principles of this code. Article number 1. Declaration of Policy. The child is one of the most important assets of the nation. Every effort should be extended to promote his welfare and enhance his opportunities for a useful and happy life. The molding of the character of the child starts at home. The natural right and duty of parents in the rearing of the child for civic efficiency should receive the aid and support of the government. Home is a place where the character of a child develops it because they spend more time with their families rather than with teachers and friends. The government will support those parents in raising the children by providing them free education. Article number 3. Rights of the Child. All children shall be entitled to the rights herein set forth without distinction as to legitimacy or illegitimacy, sex, social status, religion, political antecedents, and other factors. Number 1. Every child is endowed with dignity and worth of human being from the moment of his conception, as generally accepted in medical parlance, and has, therefore, the right to be born well. Number 2. Every child has the right to a wholesome family life that will provide him with love, care, and understanding, guidance and counseling, and moral and material security. Number 3. Every child has the right to a well-rounded development of his personality to the end that he may become a happy, useful, and active member of society. Number 4. Every child has the right to a balanced diet, adequate clothing, sufficient shelter, proper medical attention, and all the basic physical requirements of a healthy and vigorous. Every child has the right to be brought up in an atmosphere of morality and rectitude for the enrichment and the strengthening of his character. 6. Every child has the right to an education commensurate with his abilities and to the development of his skills for the improvement of his capacity for service to himself and to his fellow men. 7. Every child has the right to full opportunities for safe and wholesome recreation and activities, individual as well as social, for the wholesome use of his leisure hours. 8. Every child has the right to protection against exploitation, improper influences, hazards, and other conditions or circumstances prejudicial to his physical, mental, emotional, social, and moral development. 9. Every child has the right to live in a community and a society that can offer him an environment free from pernicious influences and conducive to the promotion of his health and the cultivation of his desirable traits and attributes. 10. Every child has the right to the care, assistance, and protection of the state, particularly when his parents or guardian fail or are unable to provide him with his fundamental needs for growth, development, and improvement. 11. Every child has the right to an efficient and honest government that will deepen his faith in democracy and inspire him with the morality of the constituted authorities both in their public and private lives. 12. Every child has the right to grow up as free individual in an atmosphere of peace, understanding, tolerance, and universal brotherhood, and with the determination to contribute his share in the building of better world. Now let's move on to the article number 5, the commencement of civil personality. The civil personality of the child shall commence from the time of his conception, for all purposes favorable to him, subject to the requirements of article number 41 of the Civil Code. Article number 41. Conditions to determine when the child is considered conceived. For civil purposes, the fetus is considered born if it is alive at the time it is completely delivered from the mother's womb. However, if the fetus had an intrauterine life of less than 7 months, it is not then born if it dies within 24 hours after it completely delivery from the maternal womb. Article number 7. Non-disclosure of birth records. The records of a person's birth shall be kept strictly confidential, and no information relating thereto shall be issued except on the request of any of the following. First, the person himself or any person authorized by him. Second, his spouse, his parent or parents, his direct descendants, or the guardian or institution legally in charge of him if he is a minor. Third, the court or proper public official whenever absolutely necessary in administrative, judicial, or other official proceeding to determine the identity of the child's parents or other circumstances surrounding his birth. And fourth, in case of the person's death, the nearest kin. Article 12, Education. The schools and other entities engaged in non-formal education shall assist the parents in providing the best education for the child. Article number 13, Social and Emotional Growth. Steps shall be taken to ensure the child's healthy social and emotional growth. This shall be undertaken by the home in collaboration with the schools and other agencies engaged in the promotion of child welfare. Those are the general principle under Presidential Decree number 603. Child rights are fundamental freedoms and the inherent right of all human beings below the age of 18. This right applies to all children, irrespective of the background, race, color, parents, guardian, creed, the gender. Children are innocent and of full hope. Children are trustworthy, naive, and hopeful. Their childhood should be filled with joy and love. To some children, life is blissful because they live with joy. But for many children, the reality of childhood is altogether different. Before we end this topic, I would like to leave a quote for you. There is no duty more important than ensuring that their rights are respected, that their welfare is protected, that their lives are free from fear and want, and that they can grow up in a peace. Children do not constitute anyone's property. They are neither the property of their parents nor even of society.